Hey, my name is Nadeem and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the 10-step process of starting a business. But before that, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, click on the subscribe button and don't forget to like the video as well. In case you choose not to watch the whole video, I'm going to list out the 10-step process for you right here. This is the exact 10-step process which I use to start my own business. So this is something I know, I've been through, and I want to make sure you guys understand how it's done as well. To be honest, starting a business is very simple. If you've never done it before, you may see something that's very overwhelming or something very, very complex, but it's not. You pretty much can do every single step on your own without hiring a professional to do it. That's how simple it is. Step number 1, choose a name. So choosing a name is very important. You have to make sure you choose a name that goes with the business that you want to do. For example, the name can't be play soccer and then be about something which has no relationship to soccer. So when you choose a name, just make sure it's something that makes sense. If something makes sense, it's easier for your customers or potential customers to understand what your company is about. So for example, if you advertise something in the future, they will see your name or they will see your logo, right? So that has to somehow connect with what you can do for them. So choosing a name is pretty essential. Step number 2, choose a logo. To be honest, choosing a logo is not as essential as choosing a name, but it still matters. I know a lot of people say that logo doesn't matter. But to be completely honest, if you want to seem professional and you want your customers to take you seriously, you need to have a name and a logo. The thing about name and logo is, obviously you can change it in the future. It's not like when you choose a name or choose a logo, especially a logo, you have to keep on using that logo. When I first began with Trade Compliance, it's a company I run on the side. I used to have one logo, but to be honest, it just wasn't connecting to me. I didn't like the way it looked. I didn't like the way it was. I didn't like the colors of it. So over time, I've changed my logo multiple times. I began with a name, I made a logo, but then because I felt like the logo wasn't connecting to what I really wanted, I ended up changing the logo a couple of times to what it is right now. Step number 3, check if the company name you came up with is already registered in your state. And you can do this very easily. For example, if you want to understand if your company is registered in California, go to Google, type in check company registered name in California. It'll probably take you to a website of the state, which is going to have some kind of directory with all the names on it. As an example, I want to search a business with the name OK, just as an example. At the moment, it's pretty much giving me every company that has OK in it. So let's change it to something else. Let's say Godzilla. Okay, so over here you can see that we have so many companies with the name Godzilla. Godzilla Investments, Godzilla Puff Palace, Godzilla Reptile LLC. So you can check if your name is already taken or not. Checking the name is pretty simple. It's free. You can just go to the state website and you can search for the business name. Step number 4, before you register this company name, let's say you go to this website to search if your name has already been taken or not, and you find out it's not been taken. Then before you actually register your company name, you want to make sure that you have a website name which you can use which is not taken either. Again, just go to Google, write down check website name availability, click on that. You can go to different type of websites to check if your name has already been taken for the website or not. Let's go search on GoDaddy. Once you get to this site or some other site, just write down the name of the website that you think you might have. Since we were talking about Godzilla, let's see something along the lines of Godzilla is available or not. It's doing the work for you. It's checking if it exists or not. At the moment, Godzilla.com is taken. On the other hand, it's giving you a suggestion which is not taken, .godzilla.com. And below that, usually websites also list you a couple of different variations of the name or of the .com.us, which you can probably get as well. You can check what's available. So if you know your name has not been registered in your state or in the state where you want to register it, then you check if the website is available. If you like something that is available, then you know this is something that's probably going to work for you. Step number 5, like I said, if your name is available to register in the state and there's a website name that you like, then I would tell you to register your name with the state and go ahead and purchase that domain as well. Again, same thing, go to Google. Let's say we were talking about California. Register company name in California. Just type that on Google. Usually when you go to the state website, it's a pretty easy and simple process to register a company name. It doesn't take that much. There's usually a very tiny fee which goes along with the registration. Usually the initial fee for registering the company could vary from $50 to $100. But then on an annual basis, in order to renew that registration, you probably just need to pay something like $25 every year. Let's open this website. So you can register your company as a corporation, limited liability, or limited partnership. If you want to do a deeper dig, you can probably search online and what the benefit of each of these is. But usually if you're a single individual and you're just starting out, it makes more sense to register your company as an LLC. And then in the future, if you want to change that, you can always change that to a corporation as well. Right here for California, you click on BizFile Online, and then you follow the whole registration process. To be honest, it's a pretty simple process. No matter which state you're in, it doesn't take that much time, it doesn't take that much effort, and it doesn't take that much money either. Now step number 6, get an EIN number or a tax ID with the federal government in the US. I would highly recommend you guys to get an EIN number with the federal government, so that way when you are interacting with customers, if you're getting customers which will wire you stuff, then you can just provide them this tax ID to get your business done. On top of that, if you want to open a bank or business bank account, then you would need a tax ID for your business in order to open a bank account for the business as well. Same thing again. Go to Google, get federal tax ID number for, let's see, LLC. Then it'll take you to the irs.gov. You go there, and then you just follow the steps to register your company, which you already registered in the state, on this website, and you get a tax ID. From what I've seen, they have a certain hours of operation. Over here it says Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. So you need to register your company between these hours. Then step number 7, make a bank account. Like I said, you need a tax ID to open a business bank account. If you don't have a tax ID, then most banks will not let you make a bank business account. Opening a bank business account is pretty simple. It's just like making your own checking or savings account. You go to the website, you provide them information, and then you get an account. I would recommend you guys to shop around for a good bank that can have a good business account, because different kind of banks usually charge you different annual fees and different type of fees for a bank business account. So see what works for you. If you want one right now, great. But if you feel like you need to get customers first, then maybe before you make a bank business account, then make sure you get some customers, and then you start to have some inflow of money before you make a bank account. Number 8, make a website. Honestly, making a website isn't that difficult anymore. You don't need any special programming skills. Nowadays, you can pretty much make a website just by dragging and dropping whatever you want on it. There are different ways to make websites. In the beginning, maybe you want to start off with a free website. That free website will likely not be a .com, but if you want to start with something free, you can do that. On the other hand, you can go to something like Bluehost, which uses WordPress plugin to make a website to your liking. Nowadays, with these website makers, you pretty much have to choose a type of page you want or the type of website you want, and then you can drag and drop stuff on that web page and change the wording as needed. So it's not that difficult to make a website. Step number 9, market yourself and your business. This is where you have to do deep, thorough analysis to understand where your customers are. Are they on Facebook? Are they on Twitter? Are they on LinkedIn? Where are they? You need to be able to find them and have a way to target them. Maybe it's through organic advertising. Maybe it's through paid advertising. You need to understand how to reach your potential customer and how to get them to look at your company. And last step, get customers. If you advertise, if you put your name and logo out there, people will start seeing you. Usually getting a customer in the beginning is a long-term game, right? You want to stay consistent with whatever you do. In the beginning, it might be slow, but the longer you stay, the more consistent you are, the more people will see your name, your website name, your company name, your logo, and the more they'll be attracted to you. You just have to make sure you're advertising, whether through organic or paid, and you stay in front of your potential customers somehow. So these were the 10 steps of starting a business. Like I said, these are the 10 steps which I followed to get to where I am, and these are the 10 steps which you can easily follow with your own business. If you like this video, then don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button. Otherwise, I'll see you next week.